Fact that Delaware looks really still. The Ben Franklin Bridge is glowing this morning. Today, if you are headed to the ballpark, I think there's reason to celebrate alone with Kyle Schwarber and what he did at the end of that MLB All-Star game this year. And obviously the celebration that's ahead as we head into next year. 6:45 first pitch. It's comfortable 84 degrees by the ninth inning. We are back in the 70s here. We will deal with increasing clouds, but out there this morning, this is the coolest time of the day, right around sunrise. And we had that happen just about 20 minutes ago. 79 for Philadelphia. Low to middle 70s from Media to Medford, Mount Holly, even Trenton right now at 74 degrees. Zooming you out, showing you just a little bit more. Lancaster at 74, at 75 in Sea Isle, and 72 degrees up in the Lehigh Valley. If you like morning exercise, whether it's a walk, a run, taking your furry friend out, temperatures are just going to trend right around 80 degrees. We'll work in some partly sunny conditions, but again, Alyssa, the humidity levels are dropping. It is a smile on everyone's face today as they step outside. But what about the traffic conditions? Anything to smile about?
Not really. I hate to follow that, especially as we hit that point in the morning where there's not really much good news traffic-wise. And still leading here with this issue on Route 422. It's been out there for quite a bit now. It's eastbound just after Route 29. There was a vehicle fire. Still a lot of emergency personnel on scene in the aftermath of that. Still very jammed back to Route 29 if you're traveling eastbound on 422. So avoid it this morning if you can. If you're getting on 422, I would recommend getting off before you hit that Route 29 exit. Travel times this morning, 22 minutes to go 8 miles between Route 29 and Route 202. So that is staying pretty much the same as it's been for the last hour or so. There is another report of a crash in West Bradford Township on Telegraph Road at Broad Run Road. They are directing traffic around that incident there, but definitely plan for that if you are headed out in that area this morning. And we are starting to see some volume delay out on 95 southbound just before the Betsy Ross Bridge continues past the Betsy Ross Bridge. Speeds are in the teens at the moment. Travel times there starting to get up 18 minutes southbound from Woodhaven Road to the Vine Street Expressway. Matt and Aliana.
All right, Alyssa, thanks. Payton, we should ask AI to do the forecast too.
I don't think so. I don't need to take my job anytime soon.
No.
In fact, I don't think you can get it from AI because they're not a degreed meteorologist. That's what all of us here at Action News are. 79 for Philadelphia right now with a northerly wind component right now. It is a little cooler and crisper from the Lehigh Valley into the Poconos. 64 degrees in Mount Pocono right now. We've got 70s widespread through South Jersey, even Delaware, close to 80, not too far off from Dover, the actual boards there, Long Beach Island too. A lot of that due to your proximity to water right now. Over the next several hours, we're up to 80 by about 11 o'clock this morning. Mix of sun and clouds here as we actually are partly sunny today. I think we see a fair increase in cloud cover overnight, but a cold front moved through and that is ushering in a huge change. Not only is it breaking our 7-day heat wave, we had a weeks long stretch of 90s, if not feeling even warmer, but it's also comfortable. Again, pulling in drier air to the area. It's a temporary thing with a call from Accuweather at 86 degrees because the humidity, it bumps up come tomorrow, all thanks to a warm front on the move. That's going to spark some isolated scattered wet weather at times. I don't think the entire weekend is a soaker, but we definitely have some wetter moments in your outlook for the weekend. I've got details not just on the weekend, but even nicer days that end up taking over early next week. The latest coming up in just minutes. Matt, Aliana.
Thanks, Payton. 612.
People aren't looking too bright out on Route 422 this morning after a vehicle fire on the eastbound side just after Route 29 to get to Collegeville. Still backed up. Looks like one lane still getting by in the aftermath of that vehicle fire. Still jammed back to Route 29. That's an area you'll want to avoid as you head out this morning. We are starting to see our first volume delays of the morning as well, including out on the Schuylkill Expressway through University City. This is the scene at Vare Avenue, backed up from University Ave back to this point. Also getting jammed up on the southbound side of 95 as you travel past the Betsy Ross Bridge. Our 95 cameras aren't quite awake this morning, but I do have a speed for you there, 13 miles an hour as you move past the Betsy Ross Bridge. Matt and Aliana.
Ooh, slow going there. All right, Alyssa, we'll check back. Get you figure out what the weekend's going to look like with Payton now.
Yeah, I mean, I love to plan ahead. Someone who loves a to-do list. I think your to-do list should feature time outside, especially today, but even more so early next week. What happens in between is, of course, the weekend, and we can't dodge a rain-free weekend around here because we will have some unsettled weather at times, and we also start to turn sticky again. Today, it's less humid, and we get comfortable again by early next week, all thanks to a warm front lifting and then another cold front coming through. So outside, our One Cathedral camera camera taking you to Logan Square, the Parkway here. Everything looks so lush and green, but thanks to not having a rain chance today, your watering schedule has to be back up too. 79 degrees for the city right now. That measure of moisture in the atmosphere continues to drop as we have now a reinforcing dry factor to the atmosphere. A northwesterly wind component sustained at just 7 miles per hour. And that's all thanks to a front now being south of the area. We'll take a look at satellite and radar here momentarily, but most of the outlying communities from the city starting even a little bit cooler. 74 in Chalfont will match that in Trenton, 71 in Tabernacle, 75 in Sea Isle. It's still nearly 80 in Dover, Delaware, but it's 72 in the Lehigh Valley and the middle 60s up into the Poconos. Again, that front has dropped south. We still have some lingering clouds above, but the sunshine's going to shine right through those clouds. So if you are headed poolside today, maybe the kids have been asking all week long, but you didn't want to get outside yesterday with a heat advisory in place. And I don't blame you. We are not going to feel anything close to that 100-degree mark like yesterday. Highs today, 86 for the city, 81 already by lunchtime. Consider taking those plans outside. If you do plan to be outdoors for any extended stretch of time, our UV index today is a 9. So that's a quick burn time of 15 minutes or less. If you're shorebound today or if you arrived yesterday and plan to park yourself on the sand, we've got a low risk of rip currents and a land breeze today from Long Beach Island all the way to Cape May. Even the Delaware beaches performing in the low to middle 80s. So that keeps the temperatures pretty uniform from the city to the shore. Clouds on the increase tonight, and that's an advancement of the cold, or I should say the warm front that moves through tomorrow. 71 for the city, 65 in Allentown, 71 in Pomona. And tomorrow we've got moments of sunshine, but still limited sun at times, especially early in the day as some isolated activity likely pops up. 84 is the call from Accuweather to start the weekend, but with that warm front lifting, here are some of those rain chances from the northwest suburbs, 9:30 tomorrow morning, all the way down to the shore and locations through Delaware. Maybe not the best beach morning, but perhaps a little improvement as we head through the second half of the day. And your exclusive Accuweather 7-day, it's a perfect night at the ballpark. I'm thinking Dippin' Dots, maybe a new ball cap from the team store. 86 degrees, 84 tomorrow. That warm front is then north of the area on Sunday, 90 degrees. But a cold front's going to swing through, and that means Monday and Tuesday are the brightest spots. At least back-to-back days are true winners here. 85 degrees. It's feeling fantastic, and then we start to crank up the heat by the middle of the next week. We can't keep good things around here for too long. It comes with a price to pay. That's going to be humidity next week, and of course a rain chance here or there this weekend. I know you don't want to hear it.
I don't even want to know.
I don't want to tell you.
Once we get this close to the weekend, I'm like, whatever happens next week is next week's problem.
It pays. They just have to say to have a weekend in the middle of the week.
There you go.
That's a good idea.
Hey.
You can come join me and Maggie tomorrow.
We'll work on
morning
that one. We're also making magazines popular again.
Yes, you are.
All right? Wearing them on the field, everyone's happy, Payton and Alysa.
We sure are. And you know what we're happy about too is the forecast. It's getting so much better around here, and perfect timing. As someone who's got naturally curly hair, I like to sometimes break things down. I don't want to talk about my hair all too much, but today I think it's so relatable. We were so frizzy and opting for the ponytail just days ago, and today perhaps just a few curls around here. It's a good kind of hair day. It doesn't last forever as we head into the weekend, but it comes back by Monday and Tuesday. So the call from Accuweather, 86 degrees. It ends our 7-day heat wave stretch here. Sunshine, cloud cover, and again, that low humidity setting tone as we head through the second half of today. Get outside, make those plans. Just make sure you've got the sunscreen because our UV index today climbs to a 9. That's a quick burn time of 15 minutes or less. So yes, it's 79 for the city right now, but check out Allentown at 72. Into the Poconos, we've got 60s. We've got more widespread 70s from South Jersey through Delaware here. But already 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's 82. And again, all we make it to today is 86 degrees. That's actually slightly below normal for this time of the year. Now, it's a beautiful evening ahead, whether you're headed to the Phil's game, doing some outdoor dining, but the humidity levels, they return tomorrow as a warm front lifts through the area. And we are tracking wet weather at times this weekend, Alyssa. It's not going to be a complete soaker around here. Moments of dry time, but rain at others. But it does give way to beautiful conditions early next week. We'll break everything down coming up in just a little bit.
Okay, if it means beautiful next week,
Correct.
I'll take it.
Price to pay.
A Friday and people have places to go. Roads are starting to get busy out there. I do want to start with some better news on Route 422 eastbound, finally moving again after an earlier vehicle fire. All lanes getting by at this point. We'll check out travel times in a minute, but things moving now around Route 29 out through University City at Fair Avenue. Looks like things moving a little bit better, but they are still jammed as you head towards University Avenue and closer to Center City. Things remain slow on a bigger stretch now of 95 southbound, really starts at Cottman Avenue and continues down past the Betsy Ross, 13 miles an hour still as you travel south past the Betsy Ross Bridge. And as promised, let's check on some travel times here on 95 southbound between Woodhaven Road and the Vine Street Expressway. 24 minutes getting heavy. On 76 westbound between the Walt Whitman Bridge and the Vine Street Expressway, not too bad. We are in the green at 9 minutes. And on Route 422 eastbound between Route 29 and Route 202, still recovering 22 minutes at the moment. Matt.
Thanks, Alyssa. Break.
A newly released preliminary report details the moments before a skydiving plane crash in Williamstown, New Jersey. That plane went down July 2nd at Cross Keys Airport, injuring 50.
Much to plan for that year, Payton, but right now we're just going to focus on the next 7 days, let's say.
And we should focus on just tonight's game. I think the forecast is a true winner if people are headed to the bank tonight. First pitch, of course, is at 6:45 as the Phils take on the Angels here in town, starting a weekend series. And today is the most comfortable of that weekend series. High pressure briefly in control. We had a cold front zoom through. It's now well south of the area. That's changed our wind direction. High pressure actually gives way to a different perspective, a position to that wind direction. We've got a northerly component ushering in a drier feel today. And when I mean a cold front zooms through this time of the year, it doesn't knock our temperatures completely, but definitely a whole lot cooler than yesterday's 95 with a call from Accuweather at 86 degrees. But it also changes the air mass in place. So it was tropical yesterday, and today it is at least a little bit more tolerable, manageable, but it comes back with a vengeance come tomorrow, all thanks to a warm front lifting through the area. That same frontal boundary is going to spark some active wet weather around here. It's not going to be a soaker from start to finish through your day. There's going to be moments of wet weather. So if you are down the shore this weekend around 80 degrees, we'll watch Storm Tracker 6 for activity. And it does look a little bit drier, especially during the second half of your Sunday. We'll look at the weekend and beyond coming up in the exclusive Accuweather 7-day in just moments. Matt, Aliana.
All right, let's bring in meteorologist Payton Domschke because we love Ocean City, we love our beaches, and we're finally going to be able to go to the beaches without feeling extreme stickiness and heat and humidity. Payton.
Correct. I was talking to one of our directors this morning, Brittany. She was down in Wildwood the past couple of days, and she said it was so soupy that you really just had to be in the water to enjoy things. If you are shorebound today, sitting on the sand is going to have temperatures still pretty similar from the city to the shore thanks to a land breeze. So from Surf City at 83 degrees, Brigantine 85, Margate around 86. We've got a high UV index today, but a low risk of rip current. Sea Isle at 85, Cape May 83. If you're headed to the Delaware beaches, Rehoboth at 86 this afternoon. But there's so many reasons to smile, even if you're not shorebound today. Maybe it's this weekend. We've got details to break down as the break in the high humidity, it finally sets up. Not only are we ending that, but we are also ending a weeks-long heat wave. It was the longest this year so far with highs at 95 yesterday, feeling over 100. Our high temperatures closer to normal today with plenty of sunshine above, and all thanks to a front that is now to our south. It came through essentially moisture starved, just a little itty bitty rogue thunderstorm through Cumberland County last night. We still have some clouds overhead, but that's giving way to the drier air that is funneling in here with a northerly wind component this morning. So it is now refreshing from the city areas to the Lehigh Valley and crisp up into the Poconos right now. Still a little sticky from Newfield out to Dover, Delaware in Cape May, but all of us will reap the benefit of that cold front by the afternoon. So it's presently 79 for Philly. We'll match that in the boards of Ocean City, 72 in Allentown, 74 in Lancaster, and it's 73 right now in Middletown, Delaware. With partly sunny skies above giving way to low humidity, it's a great day to be outside. Do anything you want outdoors. 85, 4 o'clock tonight. It's a beautiful evening for outdoor dining. Heading to the Phils game, about 82 degrees. And tonight's sunset is at 8:26. Will actually give way to more increasing cloud cover as a warm front will eventually be on the move tomorrow morning. So lows overnight around 70, a little cooler to the north and west. That brief area of high pressure starts to leave us tomorrow. Warm fronts on the move, giving way to some some isolated to scattered wet weather even early in the day by the time I'm breaking down Storm Tracker 6 tomorrow morning. And it's going to limit our high temperatures and also the amount of sunshine we see as well. But as that warm front lifts, it puts us back in that steamy sector by Sunday around 90 degrees. And then we wait for a cold front. So 84 for your Saturday for the city, around 90 to wrap things up. And in your exclusive Accuweather 7-day forecast, the Phil's homestand today is the most comfortable. And then next week, Monday and Tuesday, looking picture perfect. We've got another cold front that drops the humidity. We've got brighter skies around here as high pressures on the move. 85 not just on Monday, but also on Tuesday. If you want a little extra heat and if you like the humidity, just hold on a few days. That's what they say. If you don't like the forecast, just wait a day. I think today is a day a lot of you have waited for. And if you like today, start making additional outdoor plans, Matt and Aliana, for Monday and Tuesday.
All right. Thank you, Peyton. Melissa in traffic.
Speaking of the Schuylkill, normally doesn't bring fond memories. Probably not the best name for a WNBA team. And the Schuylkill is getting pretty delayed this morning. Things get jammed up around Montgomery Drive as you head into the city. The boulevard getting a little bit delayed as well as you head southbound toward the Schuylkill Expressway. Gets slower past that point after the extension. 422 looking much better after earlier's vehicle fire. Looks like things are finally moving past Route 29 there. 95 southbound, though, not looking as good. Still really jammed. It starts around the Tacony-Palmyra Bridge and continues past the Betsy Ross Bridge. Speeds there are still in the teens. Route 42 freeway looking good so far this morning. As you head northbound into the city, southbound certainly will get jammed up later as people head to the shore on this Friday. We'll be right back with more Action News.